music.
Hey!
I feel like I should have some kind of other garb on.
Hi, everybody.
We are not going to use this in worship next week.
Are we live?
We are live.
Usually we do. We're not using this song in worship.
So this is it.
This is it. This is the.
Alright, so
behind the
anyway.
scenes.
My name is Don Brett. I'm Don.
I'm Brett.
This is Greg.
Hey.
And
that's all we can say.
That's all we can say. We have a special guest, special week.
Have to
And
tell you if I tell you.
next week, real quick. Next week we'll celebrate our 30th episode.
1 year.
Yeah, and then also our 1 year.
Yeah.
You know.
That's my fault. I apologize.
It's
No,
it's
but
all
we
in
didn't.
these guys.
We were gonna get balloons.
Yeah, we
and all
had
that.
to change gears because this week
We're
is
So you weren't ready anyway.
this
No,
this
we
is
weren't.
this is cross-cultural
Global
global partner
people that work over there.
yeah kind of week.
Week. And here
But
we are.
for sure we're gonna call it Moon Pie Week.
Moon Pie Week.
Moon Pie Week.
Moon cake.
Moon Cake.
Okay.
Moon Cake. And as you can see, so we got some paraphernalia, good things, gifts, not bad things, from around the world. Look at that.
Pretty cool.
I got this in Thailand.
That's really cool.
That is cool. Or no, did I get that in Thailand? Yeah, I did. Got that in Thailand. So we got a couple of things here to help us just remember that we're talking about international
Such
stuff all
designs
week here at church. And we have a number of folks here that we work with, and they're here just to kind of take it all in and celebrate together and eat a lot.
Yes. A lot of eating.
And so that's what's happening.
How was
And
lunch?
Greg is one of those
Too
people.
much eating.
Greg and Nancy, his wife Nancy, are good friends of ours. I would consider you a good friend. Yeah?
Sometimes.
I probably don't give him as much money as a good friend would.
But
But
he's giving you a lot of stuff.
he does. Look, this is mostly from Greg. This stuff right here I got from various places around the world, which is very cool, I think. Anyway, so, but good friends of ours, and so it's good to see them this week. They're here. And Greg is just going to tell us about camels.
All right.
That's it.
Before
We just want to know
camels,
about camels.
will you tell me
What is
about?
about camels we don't know that we should know?
What happened
That's
last
the
night?
question.
I'll tell you about that in a second.
Okay, you gotta put that in
We'll
there.
talk about that.
Ask me questions.
Okay, so you live in an area of the world where there are a lot of camels,
Yep.
and I asked you if camels are. Does everybody have a camel?
They're mammals.
They're mammals. Does everybody have a mammal? Camel mammal.
No.
They don't have camel mammals. But the
No.
people you are working around do a lot because they tend to be wealthier, and wealthier people might have some
Yeah.
camel mammals.
Yeah, the country I live in is, I can actually tell you, it's that country. It's the UAE. And,
UAE.
it's got about 5.9 million people.
Wow.
But only about 17% of them, 18% of them are actually locals
Wow.
because they're wealthy, because of oil. And so they bring in the other 82% come in to work for them.
So the other two are coming in to basically serve them.
82%, yeah.
82%
yeah,
are
pump
servants.
gas, serve food, sweep,
Wow. That's amazing.
nannies, teach school. I mean, everything.
Yeah,
One thing they
amazing.
do, work in the government and military, basically.
Wow.
And some of them are businessmen, but you know the hours are like 9 to 1,
So,
so it's a light schedule.
so they're businessmen in that they just go to the bank and cash a check.
Well, in order to have a business there, like if you went there and wanted to have a business, you'd have to have an Emirati partner that owned 51% of your company.
Really?
Yeah, you can't.
Wow.
You can't.
I take away as a foreigner and own a company.
No. But when they say 51%, then you sign a side agreement which says they don't actually own 51%, but you got to pay them a fee every year. So, like some guys will sponsor 15 different companies, and those companies will be paying them $10,000 a year, so they'll make $150,000 and not do anything.
Do anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a great
Incredible.
deal. Good deal. Yeah.
A whole new
So
world.
they take that $150,000 and buy camels.
Wow. So do you race camels? You
They
walk?
race camels. They breed camels. They're kind of like horses. You know, the whole thing. I mean,
Yeah.
they have camel shows, and like I was reading, they have this chart in the newspaper what you look for a beautiful camel. Seriously, it was amazing. Big head.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A good spitter?
A nice symmetrical hump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long legs, long neck.
Wow.
Thought it described some women I've met. Not my wife.
Okay, we're not going
my
there.
Wife, yeah.
Greg, this is a family show.
I'm
Greg.
sorry.
All right. So anyway,
I've been there too long.
That's pretty cool.
I
So anyway, all right. So what else happening? We had the drum percussion praise yesterday.
That
They
was
did
awesome.
their thing at the opening flag procession. That was fun.
We're all three good?
All
As good
three
as
fine,
the
I
third
guess.
service?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, you were in
Good job.
the third service.
I was at third service.
Incredible.
Yeah, third service was packed too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
There were 1,000 people again yesterday.
Really?
Crazy.
If you looked around and saw people's faces, they were like, "What is this?"
What's going on?
I thought it was good.
It was.
Where's
it was
the
good.
instruments?
I was cut from that.
It was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Brett was cut. He started out, but he didn't make it. Everybody else made it, but Brett didn't.
I started off, went to the first practice, and
What were
can
you
I say?
playing? Just
I
curious.
I actually had 4 instruments. And so you'll notice, you probably don't know this, but 3 of it, my 4, they spread out among 3 people.
So Brett feels good about that.
So I feel good about that.
Anyway, hey, we got some stuff here from Greg too. Look what Greg brought us. Some from Pachi.
Pachi, what is it?
Pachi.
Food?
Little Pachi for us. From Greg. Thank you, Greg.
This is amazing.
This is amazing, he says.
This is Belgian
So,
chocolate.
we're
Oh, really?
Belgian chocolate right there, folks.
Hazelnuts.
Belgian chocolate.
I'm gonna
So
be
there you have a
Belgian.
piece. Belgian chocolate.
This is
Look,
the
it's
best
nicely wrapped,
chocolate
gold.
in the world. Each of those pieces is the worth of about $1 US dollar.
Seriously.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Okay, so I'm
Wow.
eating a
One
dollar
piece,
right
I'm eating
here.
a dollar right there.
Dollar.
Right.
Look at that.
Mmm.
Pachi. Mmm.
I'm going to Greece this summer,
Are you really?
so I'll be in
We
Belgium
eat a lot of grease there.
for one night,
Belgian chocolate.
Wow.
and in the airport for maybe 4 hours the day before.
That was yummy.
Before.
We gotta give it to the staff. I can't keep it to
I
myself.
always thought Swiss chocolate was the best, you know, but they say Belgian chocolate is amazing.
I know, but we have to share this, Brett.
That was really good.
So we have to share with the staff.
Let Paul have some. That's that.
All right.
And I'm just telling you, this is like $20 a
Wow.
So eat
apple
slowly.
salad, you know.
I will. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Let's share it with everyone.
Okay,
now.
what else? What else, Brett?
I thought it was funny that last week's episode, Pastor Bob watched, and I asked him what he thought about it, because like he said, yeah, I saw your show,
Oh yeah, he did.
and normally he kind of elaborates. Well,
Yeah.
no, he just said,
Yeah.
I saw your show,
And that's it.
and so, what did you think about it? I said.
Bad question.
He was like, well, you know, how do I say this?
It wasn't. Yeah.
It wasn't in my top 3.
Right. What's
That
that
was my
mean? What does that
favorite
mean?
Oh.
Well, I know why. You didn't give the scores. Let me give the scores. The Red Sox just lost 3 in a row to the Texas Rangers.
Oh.
Oh
In Texas. They are now 0-3 in 2 games behind the
no!
Yankees. Yukon women lost last night, and the
They did.
Yukon men, we don't know what's going to happen tonight against
They're going to
Butler.
lose tonight.
That's right.
I think they're going to lose.
I happen to be a Red Sox fan.
And the Orioles,
Orioles swept,
yeah.
and so did Phillies. First time since
They
what?
really-
1891.
Wow.
Their
Really?
opening swept. See, yeah.
This could be
first
the
time in a
year of
long
the
time.
Orioles.
I don't think so, but anyway,
I hope so.
you never know. And big news in the church.
What's that?
South
Did you hear? Big Orioles fan got engaged.
Yeah?
Big Orioles fan got engaged
Who's that?
on Friday night. I think it was Friday night. Jesse Hardman and Jennifer Beekler are set to be married.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
So you heard it here first, October 22nd or the 29th, depending on what the calendar looks like. That's when they're getting married.
Wow.
So I told they didn't even tell anybody. I just told the world.
All right. All on
Wait,
YouTube.
can you
I might get in
explain
trouble for that. But
22nd or 29th?
well, it's one of the 2 days.
Oh.
It depends on what's available at the calendar.
That they're getting
They'd
married.
like to get married October 22nd.
Wow.
If the calendar's available. If not, they'll go to the 29th. But they got married, and so Jesse's at dinner with her, right, in Washington, D.C. Gonna have dinner, gonna get engaged, and I call him. But I didn't know. I call him up. Hey, Jess, you got somebody running sound tonight, at the dinner because I got this Don guy here, and I got him set up just so you know. And he was kind of short with me. I thought, well, that's kind of rude. I don't know what's going on.
It's not like him.
No, just like, just text Jerem. What was that? So I'm serious. This is a true story. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I finally got old Jared, who ended up being really sick. He was in bed one there, but we got it all worked out. It was fine. But then I find out Sunday, she's telling me, look, I got engaged Friday. I'm like, did I call while you guys were at dinner? She's like, yeah, I was kind of funny. I was like, who was it? And he said, it's Don. She goes, answer it. So he answered it. I'm talking about some trivial sound thing, and they're going to get engaged.
Big decision of their lives right there.
Right. And I butt in.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I apologize for that, but it still happened.
I'm still stuck on the dates thing, the 29th. Can you imagine getting married on the 31st?
October 29th. Well,
It was the 31st Halloween night.
it's close. It's
Having
close.
your wedding.
Orange and black.
Would you do that?
No.
Why?
No. It'd be like, would you play Highway to Heaven in your church service?
Highway to Hell, you mean?
Highway to Hell.
Yeah.
No, it's Highway to Heaven, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's a Highway to Hell song that AC/DC did, and there was a discussion last week about a church that's playing that in their morning Easter service, first thing. And it's a terrible song. I mean, you would, but that's what they do. So, but we're not doing that. Don't worry.
They did that one church service.
They did that church service.
They did it.
Tradition, you mean?
And they actually.
No.
It's just kind of a shock thing. And the thing I think was that.
I think he was doing it as a point to illustrate the difference between that and what he now has to offer. That service. So in that sense, it was a good illustration. Whereas, and it's interesting. We were talking about this. If you put that music, the picture on the screen of the group, and you just maybe even put the words on the screen and read them.
1970 whatever.
Illustrate as an illustration, nobody thinks twice about it. Okay.
But if you
But if you play
play it,
it and sing it,
wow,
it's like so. That music really touches an emotion there somewhere that makes a difference because intellectually.
Did they make everyone sing it?
No. I think the band just played it and sang it as an opener.
It was actually like there was a praise team or whatever.
So it's kind of like, but it's interesting though when you think about that, how the difference is that I could use that as an illustration if you were just preaching it, speaking it. Here's an illustration of what I'm talking about. But to actually perform it made it
words on the screen
totally
and all that. Yeah, they said that at least they heard about one person who came to Christ through it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's what he says.
But
chocolate
makeup.
So anyway,
so that's interesting stuff, but
we would do it here, so don't worry about that.
So anything else this week?
Yeah,
you're off your game today a little.
I am.
I'm noticing.
I got a lot going on.
Is that what it is? Yeah, I'm noticing.
A lot going on up here in the brain.
I'm busy. He seems distracted.
Scattered.
He seems distracted.
I mean,
he doesn't seem to be with you all today. He seems a little distracted from it all. But
a little bored almost.
It's all right. A little bored.
I can tell you this though, that I took Matthew to his first basketball game, professional basketball game.
Oh, that's right. You went down on Friday. I was there Wednesday. You went down Friday.
Yeah, I went and saw the Wizards on Friday and took Matthew and then Chad Sheffield and we had really good. Matthew's 5. And we had pretty good seats, saw the players up close, and thanks to the fact that they're not that good and the tickets were pretty cheap.
See, that was the smart thing. He went when nobody cared, and so it was $15 a ticket.
So
I
who were they playing?
I take my kids.
Cavaliers.
I took my kids the Wednesday before when the Heat's playing. Well, then the tickets are nosebleeds for $45. So we couldn't see them at all. I think there's somebody playing down there. But my kids thought it was cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So did John Wall stay in the game or get thrown out?
No, because he got kicked out of your game,
he didn't get to play. That's right, and they got fined like a ton of money.
Yeah.
And you know what? The fight wasn't that bad.
No.
I mean, I saw it. It was like
elbows.
Boom and then that was it.
It was a good game though, and the Wizards won.
Clean it up.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. And they put on a good show there.
It's a nice. That's a nice.
I was really impressed with the Wizards. And I grew up going to the Bullets games, and they were fun when I was,
Yeah. But they did a good light thing.
Yeah, the light and the pyrotechnics.
You know who I'd love to see? Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, he's great.
I mean, you ought to be able to get Clippers tickets, right? They're not that good, are they?
They're better.
Are they? With him?
Oh yeah.
But he's amazing. I saw this clip where he went up to block somebody and hit his head on the corner of the backboard or something. I mean,
Donnie used to do that all the time too.
Yeah, my day.
and did you see the slam dunks?
Over the guy that won went up over somebody. He went up over, grabbed the ball up over top and
the college guy.
Yeah, 5'10".
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Amazing.
5'10".
Yeah, 5'10".
Wow. That was like Don too.
Yeah, it's amazing. That was years ago.
CSY, they retired his jersey.
Anyway, all right. So anything we need to say? I mean, going this week, bowling Wednesday if you want to come bowling. Wednesday morning. Saturday's breakfast. Friday night concert in the sanctuary. I don't know what else. Johnny Miller's here speaking Sunday morning.
Johnny
if
Miller.
You've never heard Johnny Miller, you want to come.
From Calvary Church?
Calvary used to be Calvary Church. He's retired now, but he's good.
Yeah, he
he's
used
very
to be
good.
the president of Columbia.
President of Columbia University at one time.
He did?
Columbia International.
Yeah, before he came up. Before he came up to Calvary.
Back when it was
No
he's
wonder
great.
he had such a mission.
Yeah,
Focus.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that was that. So he'll be here. So it's all good. And
Saturday, get the men's breakfast.
Men's breakfast Saturday.
There's so much.
Women's breakfast.
So much going on.
New website, the city, Easter.
The city, that's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Hey, so we'll be better.
Can you imagine
I'll be better next time.
Can you just imagine just sitting in your room just listening to this for enjoyment?
This is goodbye music.
It's goodbye music. For our
thanks for tuning in.
For our Moon Pie week, nice to see you. Thanks. Goodbye.
Goodbye.